I was so dumb, but I hopped on a plane, almost drove right back to the 541. Shitty U-turn on the freeway, you turn me from a fiend to a way to you fun. I can wait in the sun for a little, but it's been real gray, and tonight it's a nice C1. I can wait in the cold for a while if the reasons are plenty, but right
Friday night into Saturday morning, got sick. This is like the first day I feel like okay. But yeah, everything about that Duck game just hurt everything.
I think it can be argued that just last Friday was up there in terms of like worst, not only worst Fridays ever, but like worst days in the history of our country. I think we can say that. Like,
Safe to say.
I can't think of anything worse happening in the United States of America in the last.
It's like
100 years than that.
It's like D-Day, like 9/11.
Oregon, Washington.
And then Oregon, Washington. It's kind of right there.
Pearl Harbor's 4.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, yeah.
9/11 was an inside job, so it's not like that was that bad. I mean,
right.
Whoa, are we on? Wait a minute. Hey, welcome to the podcast. I'm Alex at TSB Pod. He's King at Jeromny Ski, TSB Ski. Yeah, tweet at us. Actually, I think everything we just said is fully acceptable on Twitter. So let's start that conversation up again on Twitter. Everything will be fine. Also, join our Discord, Sports Brewery in the Discord. If you want an invite, just ask us. We'll send it to you, or just figure it out. Get in there, and we'll approve it and all that good stuff. Let's see, twitch.tv/abrog87, ABRAWG87. We record the sports podcast on there. You can join the chat, bullshit with us. It's a good time. I think we're going back to Thursday next week. I have not talked to you guys about that yet, but does that sound good? Okay, cool. Back to Thursday next week. So
we'll see. I got youth basketball coming up.
I hear you, bro. I hear you, bro. It's gonna be. We're all gonna have to be flexible. That includes you, listener and viewer. Again, we appreciate all 4 of you. Also, YouTube, if you missed those streams, I'm posting those on YouTube every week, so you can just watch those there. Movie this Sunday is continuing the Christmas theme. It comes from King. It is on Prime. It is Violent Night, the David Harbour vehicle where he plays a Viking Santa. So watch that on Prime. Listen to us talk about it on Sunday. So I guess we should apologize because I think Friday was our fault. We talked about it. I made like a flippant, we're jinxing Oregon, right? Like this is, we're setting them up to lay an egg and lose. And sure enough, they did. And, Duck Nation.
No.
No.
Too
far.
No. You said too much. Okay, let's just go back to where we started and say that game sucked. It was not fun to watch. It was a bummer. I'll say when they did take the lead on that James run, I was very optimistic, much like I was the first time those two teams played this year.
And
yeah,
didn't they get a pick right after that James touchdown?
Everything was looking great, wasn't it?
And then they threw a Bo threw that weird pick to the guy who came back in bounds, and
which is allowed. You are allowed to do that as a defender.
Yeah.
It was a weird throw by Bo. I don't know where it came from.
I think he thought he either didn't see the guy out of bounds or thought he was ineligible because he was throwing a bullet right to the guy behind him.
Yeah, a player was there. It wasn't, a throw to nobody. There was a guy there, yeah, but whoever, I don't know who the other receiver was that ran out of bounds with that DB. You kind of got to get back in play. I mean, he can't touch you'll get flagged if he comes in and touches the ball, but at least, getting his way for making the pick. But, yeah, that was just
Washington.
Unfortunate turn of events on that play.
Washington, like Oregon, is not a team you can give opportunities like that because their offense will make you pay eventually. And the defense,
Well, it's fitting that this is the holiday season, and I think as a podcast we should start celebrating our Festivus a little early this year and start airing out our grievances with the Duck team in this game. Does anyone have one? You want me to? I'll go over the first one here. I'm going to air my grievances out on the front four and some of the linebackers. That was
the linebackers always stink outside of
they do, yes, but the front four especially. This game was turned around in Washington's favor the whole game because they could not stop the run. It was second and third and shorts every fucking play, every series for him.
I was saying that the whole game. My buddies can attest to me. I literally am like groaning on the couch watching this game. 6 yards on first down, 7 yards on first down, like all game. They got gashed by the run. Like, you cannot give up 152 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns to this fucking team. Like, you're looking like USC right now. Like, what are again, like the first half, they just weren't there. Like, the defense did an excellent job just holding them to 20 points. Like, letting their offense like get back and making it like respectable, and winning the middle 8 or whatever that they try to do. But my God, it's like they didn't show up. It was weird. Like, we hadn't seen the defense play. So again, like we talked about it going into the game, like I would be shocked if Bo has an off night because we haven't seen it in 2 years. I would be shocked. I would be shocked.
That's another grievance.
I'd be shocked if Oregon's defense doesn't play well because we haven't seen them not play well in a really long time. And sure enough,
well, I don't think the secondary played bad. I'll say that they didn't play great, but they weren't the problem. It was the front, and from the first game we played against them
either. Yep.
That was the thing. It's Penix didn't have a great game. Penix didn't look that good throughout the entire game, but he didn't have to because all they could do is run those little tunnel screens because it's 2nd and 5. It's 3rd and 1, and they have that 6-yard gap. It was easy pickups every time, and that was, like I said, because of the run.
No, if you have 2nd and 3 every single drive, 2nd and 2, you're gonna be able to run plays that you wouldn't normally be able to run and take advantage and get Oregon out of position, and they did that. And it made it made it sort of easy for them. Those again, like they're like, football's a fucking simple thing, right? Like, you gain good yardage on first down, your offense is going to be set up well. You stop teams on 3rd down, you're going to have a really good chance to win. It's really simple universal shit, and Washington just did them.
So
all of them.
3rd and longs a lot harder to pick up than 3rd and 2.
Yep.
3rd and 3. That was the game in my eyes.
Yeah, like the hard thing was in the first quarter, like I said, I never participate in first quarter discourse, and other teams are allowed to try. They have coaches getting paid millions of dollars a year to try. So the defense did fine in the first quarter. It was only 10-0, but it was 27 plays. I believe it was 27 plays to 6. 13 minutes of possession for UW to 2. So by the time Oregon came all the way back from 20-3 to 24-20, they get the pick. That was like the last gasp that the defense at that point, when you just looked at played in time of possession, unless UW screws up. That was about the last time you could really expect them to make an enormous play. And if they went up by 11, I probably think they win, just probability wise. But was it just 2 plays later, they throw the pick, UW goes down, scores, and it was just completely, they just flipped the script from there.
When was that? When was the ball knocked? Was that after the Penix fumble, the incomplete? That was after the picks, right?
Was it after the pick?
Was it, or was that before? Because the picks were in what? It was the middle of the 3rd quarter.
I thought the fumble was in the 3rd, and the picks were in the 4th.
We're in the 4th.
Yeah, like very early in the 4th.
Yeah.
Like James scored early in the fourth to go up 24-20. Penix throws the pick. Then Nix throws the pick.
All right.
Yes, that had to have been in. But once Nix threw that pick and UW scored, I was like, now it's going to be. It's going to take something, because at that point, Oregon was off schedule. They weren't playing great anywhere. But if you want to be a masochist, if you look at the next possession when UW is now up again, 27-24, I think it's the second down run to Bucky. He bounces it out. If he just runs straight, just straight, left tackle center, he is, I don't want to say he's gone because you can't see the secondary, but that is like the one running explosion play. Like he is getting 40 plus. Bang.
We could save the grievance with Bucky. The Penix interception was with 7.5 minutes left in the third quarter.
Oh, it was in the third. Okay.
And then the Nick was, so I think that fumble must have been in the start of the fourth, because that was their one saving grace, I think, of turning the tide then. And
did you guys think that was a fumble?
And I always thought if you make contact with the ball, even though his arm's about to go forward, you're causing a fumble, right? Just because his arm pushes forward through it, you are jostling the ball free, right? Isn't that a fumble?
If the ball is loose before the arm goes forward, then it's a fumble. Period.
Yeah,
even if his arm continues forward and sort of takes the ball with it, like if the ball's loose while that's happening and it became loosened before the arm started going forward, that's a fumble. Like it is.
That's where I was on that. I mean, I don't know the whole thing about the backwards pass too. People started jumping in on that. Like,
well, then it's Saturday night, Michigan and Iowa.
I know
it's almost like the same exact fucking thing, and
that's the fucking killer.
You see national pundits being like, "Boy, where was that call last night?" Just whatever. Oregon didn't play well, so it is what it is.
By the way, swan song of Pac-12 officiating too. While we're at it, I mean,
that's true.
The last time we're ever going to see Pac-12 officiating, and
I mean, I saw there was a lot of people yelling about the officials. There was a one or two egregious missed holds I saw, but as a whole, they weren't calling it, one way or the other. They were just letting them play at least. It wasn't anything like the officials just completely fucked Oregon like only. It was
and my thing is that people complaining about the officials and stuff is Oregon is good enough presently to, if they just show up, they got to be really egregiously fucked by the officials. And they didn't show up for a quarter and a half. Nope. So between I thought it was a fumble on Penix, whatever. I'm clearly wrong. They didn't call it that way. But between that and people pointing towards injuries, which, if you don't have your starting cornerback for the whole game and your other starting cornerback is out for a lot of the game and has been injured for 6 weeks, and your starting safety is wearing a big old cast and Birch goes out, okay, you can point to it. But to me, if they didn't play well enough for the first 24 minutes of the game for me to care about those. They
still should have won the game if they played how they did all year. That's the thing.
But they just didn't play well. It was 20-3 with like 10 seconds left in the first half. And Bo made a nice throw, and Teford made an amazing catch. 2010. Okay, then they come out 14 right away. We all saw what happened. The excuse stuff, like the Stanford game in 2021 on that final drive, I thought Oregon played like shit, but they didn't have an offensive coordinator because their offensive coordinator had a fucking heart attack. And on the last possession, the refs called, was it 2 personal fouls and 2 PIs in the end zone, and they were just going to keep throwing the flag?
Oh, yeah.
Even though Oregon played like shit and lost to a bad team, that's the kind of one where you can blame the official. Like, get out of here, people blaming it on Friday. And there weren't a lot, but there were enough to make it noticeable.
I mean, that PI call on Washington on Franklin, I mean, that...
Yeah.
Suspect to say, and there was a pivotal flag for the Ducks in their favor there.
Speaking of injuries, Franklin being banged up for the whole game did not help.
No, didn't help. But again,
I mean, Bo didn't throw it to him anyway. Ortez. That's what That's my other big grievance. Mostly.
Go for it. Go in on Bo. Let's hear it. Go ahead, Ski.
I don't know if it was necessarily Bo or if it was Will Cauley-Stein in the play calls, because you can't have the best receiver in Oregon history, and Tez is another, should have been 1,000-yard receiver. They can't have like 50 and 37 yards receiving. You can't. That Penix isn't going to let a Dunze have under 100 yards. You got to feed your guy, and they did not do that.
They did not do that with any of their best offensive players. So Tez
they fed Ferguson in the red zone. That was it.
Tez barely got the ball. Franklin barely got the ball. Bucky had 9 carries for 20 yards.
But Bucky,
we should have had less carries.
Yeah. Bucky, okay, we can call it what it is. He's clearly like 80%.
Yeah,
he's not hitting anything. He's not going straight. He's just.
I love the announcers were like, "Oh, Bucky's finally back to 100% after getting banged up." It's like, no. Did you see Bucky? No.
Like I'd hop on social media and see people say early, like this is early in the game. Like it may have not even been 10-0 Washington at that point. So this is early. And they're like, Bucky ain't got the juice tonight.
And James did.
Put in James. And James did what he does. He runs straight and he runs hard. And if he had got that one carry that Bucky got, it's whatever. But tip of your cap. Washington won. It's the frustrating thing is you can't say Oregon's better than Washington at this point.
Nope.
They totally outplayed him in Seattle. They totally did.
Yeah.
They still lost. Okay. They got totally outplayed. So if you're losing when you get outplayed and when you outplay them, okay. You just gotta tip your cap and say they had their number this year, the game in 2022, Bo got hurt. It was kind of fluky, but this year, these last 50 days when they played twice, I don't want to hear the sour grapes. They're just, and when I say Washington's better, if they played in 7 days, Oregon could beat them. Like it's not, there's not some enormous gap there. We've now seen that twice. Just Washington made better plays in the margins. And Oregon's got to get better. Did they get out coached? I mean, I think for the first time, this wasn't Lanning's fault. I mean, he didn't make any bad choices, bad 4th down calls, not taking field goals, things like that. In my eyes, this was Stein kind of, I don't know if he was flustered or what, but his play calling was not great through the game. And I think Washington's offensive coordinator, they had a great game plan to go against the defense. Yeah,
and they did, and Tosh or whoever they want to say is calling defensive plays, they didn't make the right adjustments for it.
Yeah, no, Oregon got out coached on Friday. Yeah, the game in Seattle, people can call Lanning a dipshit for 4th down conversions that don't work. Every coach that presently coaches now and will coach for the next 5 years, even the best, are going to be called a dipshit in a big spot because their 4th downs just don't work. Mathematically, they're fine, but they're going to get called a dipshit because that's just what we do. But I don't think he got out-coached in Seattle. They got out-coached in the first half. They didn't know. They just never looked comfortable on defense. And on offense, hey, maybe on that first or second possession, that ball doesn't hit the ref in the gut.
They on the first play of the game for him.
First play of the game, and they get an easy, 15-yard catch and things, whatever. But they didn't. They went 3 and out twice, and I think they threw it 5 times or all 6.
Yeah, the first possession was 3 throws where I will say I think it was a missed call, that 3rd down. That guy turned Franklin's shoulder on that little quick slant. Maybe you get that, maybe it changes things up. But yeah, Bo was flustered right away. The play calls weren't great. It's like, that's not how you start big important games like that.
It was just
expect to win.
It was the first time in his 2 years at Oregon we saw Bo with 3 straight possessions. Maybe at Texas Tech this year, maybe. But it's the first time we've seen him with 3 possessions in a row that weren't disastrous. I mean, they were just punts, but where he didn't look good. He didn't look comfortable. It was the clunker you were talking about. Holy shit, we finally got a quarter plus of a clunker from Bo Nix.
He bounced back though. He bounced back and
no, he played perfect. He played perfectly fine. 3 touchdown passes, 50-yard run. Where oddly, I think if he would have turned it up at like the 10, he probably scores. But whatever, it didn't matter. But it was just it was a frustrating game because they lost by 3, and I feel like they just didn't play well for 25 minutes.
It's the scores. If you look at the 2 3-score games, the first game feels like the Ducks should have won by 2 touchdowns.
Yes,
this game felt like they should have lost by 2 touchdowns.
Fair.
And it's just very 3 points in general. Yeah, they had all the momentum going into halftime. Like I said, they get that big drive, they score, they cut it to 10. They come out, they just diced them up and go and score. That was their time, like you said. And then they get the pick. That was the time. They had all the momentum. That was the time. They were going to put their foot on their throats right then and there.
And it's the first time this year we've not seen them do that in real meaningful, because like we've quibbled about some of their last 9-10 minutes of fourth quarters. But when they've got the ball up 4 and go up 11, or they got the ball up 7 and go up 14, they've always done it. Except for the UW games,
Yeah.
And it is what it is, and they might win the national championship. And that's the frustrating thing is because I don't.
Who are you guys rooting for? The 4 teams. I'm finding it hard to pick a team to be like, okay, I'll back them just to win. It's like I hate fucking Michigan.
Oh, give it to Bama. Just give it to Bama. And they win another one. Who cares?
That's where I'm going. I hate Texas. Fuck Texas and fuck you. So yeah, I'm like, I'm backing Bama, and that's
give it to Saban again. It is what it is. Because give Alabama the national title, and we all might be. I don't even know if they're the best team in the SEC.
Right.
It's just one of those things.
It might put Florida. It might give Ron DeSantis not suing the NCAA for Florida State if Bama wins. So there's that at least.
Chat wants Texas, by the way.
That's fair. I want them to win.
Yeah, I'll go.
I do, but I don't want to back. I don't want to root for them. I hate Texas.
I'll root for Michigan because I got a buddy who's a Michigan fan. That's it. I hate
Harbaugh.
It's rough.
Hate Corum. Hate everything about Michigan too.
Did you guys raise your voice during this game?
Multiple times.
Watching it.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Both ways. Both ways. By the way, like when Oregon scored and when they got that pick, I was loud. Like
the pick is
the
what
household
like,
was loud. Yeah. Because that was
the pick
it was such a big play at the time. Yeah. And you like
the pick was a massive fuck yeah.
Oregon had just scored. They got the turnover. One more score. They might arm's length Washington for the rest of the game. Like, and then the bow pick. It was just brutal. Just brutal, man.
He did not look good on those little sprint outs.
Well, he's been bad at them all year. That's the one thing he cannot.
But there was not all of them were just him. There were some called little sprint outs. Just classic sprint right to the short side of the field. Fucking hate those calls. Hate short side sprint.
Rolling out to the short side of the field or running sweeps to the short side of the field. Just fucking kill yourself, offensive coordinator.
That's the classic one that Stein likes to call like on the 3.
Drive yourself off the fucking bridge into the Willamette River and float to a chilly, icy death. Okay, that might be going too far.
I mean, should this game
have acid, baby?
Yeah, we are.
That's right. I hope you die, Will Stein. Freeze to death, you motherfucker.
Freeze.
What job are they saying? Are they saying was it A&M?
It was A&M. Yeah. But we'll see.
It's a different coordinator job. He'll be a head coach in 2 years.
He's probably underpaid as an OC, and A&M could pay him a lot more because they're only paying him $800,000, which.
But if
I think he's the 21st highest paid offensive coordinator in the nation. So I'm not crying poor for the guy. He's like 32 and making almost $1 million a year to call Sprint Y, Z Power, Z Pack, whatever. He's fine. But A&M could just say, here's 1.8. Say no.
I'm just saying. I think he'll get a better head coaching job. I think staying at Oregon for 2 more years. Because I don't think A&M support shit.
kind of off that. Do we want to pivot off the Washington brutal, soul crushing, stick our nuts in a vice thing?
So real quick, WCP brought up the fact that Tez went over 1,000 yards. Brought up the fact that that is the first time that has ever happened to Oregon. Well, actually, I don't have my glasses handy, but I got a message from Kurt a week or two ago saying that Tony Hartley and Damon Griffin did it in 1998. And so they are actually the second duo. Franklin and Tez to go over 1,000 in the same season.
Yeah, they're probably Kurt's counting the yellow hobble. I'm not. Even though it's more games this year than in '98.
Yeah, about that. Yeah. Well, I guess good question. Is there anything else we want to talk about with this game before we move on from it? There is lots of other stuff to talk about.
No, of course there is. I just don't know. It's just
fuck is all you gotta say.
It's just fuck. It's just fuck because not only did they lose and see their rival beat them for the third time in 13 months, which Washington fans absolutely take a victory lap. 3 in a row. Get it. Totally got it. 3 in a row in 13 months. It's not great.
That's the shitty thing about this is we have to give it up to them because Washington is better. They've beat Oregon 3 times in a row. They're undefeated and in the college football playoff. They might win a national championship. We can't say anything. Like Oregon lost with arguably one of their best quarterbacks they've ever had in the history of the program. They lost 3 times in a row.
Oh, second best, but yeah.
I said one of, but yeah.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing about it is Oregon fans who are online, we need to be meaner to Washington fans going forward because, like I said, all kudos to UW. 3 wins in 13 months. But before that, they hadn't beat Oregon since 2017. So it had been a while, and we're so used to beating them.
Been a while.
I think we'll organically be mean going forward. But we stopped being mean at some point. Like when they beat Oregon, or when Oregon beat UW in 2018, I just remember on Twitter, people were like, that was a really great college football game. 75 degrees and sunny, and we won in overtime. Like there was just, it was nice and collegial. No more.
Well, do we, going forward into the Big Ten, do we kind of, in your guys' eyes, is it going to be kind of, is it going to be an us against them for at least a little bit? Like our 4 West Coast teams, we kind of,
I just shook my head and my neck almost broke.
No,
absolutely not ever will it be us against them with Washington. Absolutely not. No, to answer your question.
Well, I still hate Ohio State and Michigan very much.
You can hate them. Yeah. You can hate them all you want. It's still hate Washington. They're the enemy.
I think I hate Penn State the most because they're the biggest frauds in my eyes, and I hate them.
I like it. You know what? Like at some point we should pick one. Like pick a new Big Ten opponent and just pick them as the enemy of the podcast.
Mine's Penn State.
Penn State.
Yeah,
I hate Ohio State the most because their fans are mutants.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Penn State and Oregon are going to be on that's a lot of times if they play, that's going to be a game that kind of make or break.
See, I think it should be like Purdue or something because I grew up in the WIT. I used to hear fucking trains all the time, man. I am against trains. Like
they have to be.
Good luck sparking. Well, I guess Oregon stole shout from Purdue, so I mean, I guess we have a rivalry already.
Okay, so are we going Penn State or Purdue?
I'm going Penn State. I can't do Purdue.
Penn State as well.
Penn State it is. Whatever I pick, it's 2 against 1. That's why we have 3. Yeah, that's why. All right, Penn State it is. Enemy of the fucking podcast.
I'm gonna
more like
finish off.
More like Nittany Lambs. I don't know. I'm trying stuff out.
I
don't know. I'm trying stuff out.
Nittany Lambs.
They called Joe Paterno a Nittany Lion guy.
Yeah.
I meant to set it up by saying when he was on the prosecutor's table, he was Nittany Lion and just escaped.
Yeah, Nittany Lion.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I like.
I'm just gonna.
Oh, that's good.
One more, just goddamn it, because this was the last chance to have the easiest pass to win a national title. Going to 12 teams, it's going to be fucking hard and a clusterfuck. And fuck the Duck fans. Did you see how many all the Duck fans come in like, oh, look at They probably wouldn't even have picked Oregon in the college football playoffs if they won. Get the fuck out of here. They would have 100% picked the Ducks over Alabama.
That's right. I want to hear your fire and fury.
It would have happened.
Fuck your Skoda fans. Fuck out of here, Duck Twitter. Skis on your ass.
Texas
Losers.
stinks. All the other teams stink. Ducks could have beat them healthy and playing good. This was their last chance to have a real shot at a national title. It's toss-ups from here on out, fellas. Get used to it.
Yeah, I do think kind of going forward that it's going to be not national title or bust for Oregon, but hey, if you win 2 playoff games, fine. You get to the playoff, yeah, you can be 12 and be kind of suspect. But I think everything's going to kind of change. It's just the
standard is going to change. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, just because the format is changing. Just like if this year was next year, Oregon hosts Mizzou, right? They beat Mizzou. They beat Mizzou, advance to the next round, and lose to
Texas.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not a bust of a season, but it's.
Going forward, the real metric is going to be getting that bye.
Yes.
That's going to be the biggest thing.
And that's going to be so hard going forward.
Oh, it's so hard.
Like I've said before, once they went to the Big Ten, like next year's schedule, shit, okay, they get Dylan Gabriel, fine. And they got Ohio State, they got Michigan, they got Washington, they got Wisconsin. Like, not that Wisconsin has been great by any stretch, but you're playing there in the end of November, not counting Washington, Michigan, and Ohio State. Like, that's just those types of years when you get them are just going to be hard to go 10-2 or 11.
Well, I was going to say is in the future, do you think are there going to be 3-loss teams making the playoffs?
Yeah, I think 3-loss teams will make it from the Big or the SEC. But in every other conference, like ACC and the Big 12, well, you better be like 1.
Yeah.
2.
ACC, you're gonna get 1 team at best. As we've learned.
Yeah. Yes, I just think it's going forward that, and it's not fair, but 9-3 Oregon's going to get the benefit over 10-2 Oklahoma State.
Yeah,
9 times out of 10.
And going forward, I mean, I think that should be the litmus is 2 losses. You can have 2 losses. That's going, especially with, like you said, Ohio State, Michigan, USC, Washington. If you come out with only 2 losses, you had a fantastic fucking season.
Well, because this year, I feel like if there was a 12-team playoff, everyone would have 2 losses or less, right?
Yeah.
Which is rare. It's rare. Everything was rare about this year. Like, too many teams were undefeated, 1 loss, 2 losses. It was
the Big Ten.
Kind of
the Big Ten
an
will change now. Adding the West Coast schools, Ohio State, Michigan are going to just have free seasons where they just play 1 tough game and then a shitty Penn State. That's your only chance to lose in 2. Now going forward, they're going to have 3 or 4 real games going forward.
Like, Michigan could win the national title this year. Okay? They totally could. But up until the playoff, it's like beating Ohio State, that's good. Like, good job. And the Penn State win.
No,
I see the number attached to them, but the other 10 wins, fuck out of my face. Like,
I'll say this: the new standard moving forward sure feels a lot like the NFL, where
it's 100% turning into the NFL.
Where you can have a Stanford game where you have no business losing it, like an Arizona game, you have no business losing it. You lay an egg on the road and you lose. Now your season is not over, which is awesome, I guess. Like, again, like, it sort of muddies the waters a little bit because now you're bringing in teams that might not have been even in the discussion before. But again, like, an entire season isn't over if you lose to Rutgers. God forbid you lose to Rutgers, you lose to Ohio State. You still have an opportunity to get in the playoff. Because you're Oregon.
Yep.
Well, like, even if this was a 12-team playoff, and it wouldn't be Liberty, but even if they were playing Liberty in the Fiesta Bowl, we'd be jacked up. So we'd go, we got a layup. We got a layup in the first round. sick. I hope that team who's, whoever is, they battle it out. Tough 4 quarters overtime. We'd be engaged. We're not engaged for the Fiesta Bowl.
Not at all.
We're more engaged in who they're getting in the transfer portal at quarterback. The Fiesta Bowl. Now they better not lose, because was I emotionally invested in the COVID Fiesta Bowl against Iowa State? No, I wasn't.
But
no one really was. But they got their 34-17. They got their asses handed to them.
Well,
by guys that were just kicking kicks to DJ Johnson, and we never adjusted. We're like, oh, maybe we shouldn't have this guy catching passes or punts at 35. But I still don't want him to lose.
No,
but if they win,
you know what I'm looking forward to? A little Liberty trivia.
Oh God!
Oh boy! The pool boy. Ooh.
I mean, we are the January 6th podcast. I mean,
that's true. That's true.
How much money did the Farwell family have to shell out for their escapades at Liberty University?
Get $1.
No, but
I'll use my I'll use my journalism degree and get real numbers. Let's go.
No, but yeah, like I said, even with Bo potentially playing, I still don't care, and I still, like I said, I do not want to lose to Liberty.
So what's the point? Is Bo playing to get the completion percentage back up? Is that what we're seeing here?
Maybe. I just think he wants to go out on a win, to be honest.
Probably.
I think, like hearing his interview where he talked about how much he's going to miss college football, like I genuinely believe him.
He's Van fucking Wilder, man. He's been there for 7 years, I think he's good time.
5 years, only 5 years.
I know.
I think he genuinely loves college football. Like when he gets to the NFL, it's a job. And I don't know that he wants a job playing football. I think like he was.
Oh, he's gonna have a fantastic job as a backup QB. It's the best job.
Because remember, he was raised by an Auburn quarterback to be an Auburn quarterback. So his whole fucking life has been a job playing quarterback. And I bet he's not looking forward to it. Like I mean, he'll love the money and the challenge. Yeah,
he'll
stuff.
Look for those paychecks.
He's a competitor, but like I don't know that he's actually going to be super duper happy.
Should I mean, do you guys want him to play? I mean, would you rather have Ty Thompson play just to see what he looks like now in a full game?
I just don't think Ty Thompson is in their future, so.
No, I'm good. I'd rather see Bo. Thank you.
He hasn't hit the portal yet, so.
Not yet. Dylan Gabriel hasn't committed yet.
I was gonna say, is this a Dante Manning?
Oh, that's the guy. Dylan Gabriel will literally be a 7th-year player next year if he comes back.
Yeah,
that's enough.
But is this a Dante Moore scenario where he's just waiting to see if Nix returns or if a quarterback comes in and he's like, all right, you got Gabriel, I'm not playing next year either, so I'm out.
I think so. So.
It's really like this year is really eye-opening and interesting with quarterbacks because you have seen guys like Cam Ward's one of them too, where it's like you see these guys who have had these big seasons and, really conceivably they could just stay with their team and have another big season and be on a decent team. Cam Ward, excluded because Washington State now, but and they could just come back. They could just come back and do that, but they're like, you know what? I can get paid. Like, let me see what I can get in the free agent market.
Well,
it's crazy. It's like this year more. It feels like more than any other, doesn't it?
I also think how Nix has looked at his 2 years at Oregon. I think it's a spot for players that think they could get more out of themselves. Maybe, in the offense. Like I said, more money involved too. But, I mean, look what Nix was at Auburn. He comes here, and all of a sudden, he's in the Heisman finalist. Maybe a guy thinks, like, hey, I think I could get there. Let me go there on, especially the way Lanning's been recruiting. Why wouldn't you? And it's been discussed in our Discord a lot about people are like, oh, Ducks shouldn't keep bringing in these guys from the portal and develop your freshmen. But you almost, like you brought it up, it's starting to turn into the NFL. If you have the NIL money, why would you not bring in a, proven quarterback instead of taking the risk on a freshman? I mean, you could maybe, a team could get that Dante Moore and you'll have 3 years of eligibility from him. Take the senior that you know is going to be good. Why the hell not?
I do wonder if maybe that'll change for some schools, kind of on the other end, where they're like, hey, if we start this freshman and we just finish 12th and lose in the first round, a successful season, instead of being like, oh, we need to go get someone so we can finish in this system 4th to try and get in. But I don't know.
Well, question from the chat, because we should, just give our opinions. Who would you rather have coming into Oregon next year? So I guess I'll add in, like, Ty Thompson stays, is the quarterback next year. Gabriel or Cam Ward? Or I'll also add in Dante Moore.
I don't want more.
He didn't look very good when he played last year. He's a 5-star talent, really athletic, could end up being a star college football player.
Could.
He's
yes,
not right
could.
now. He sure is not.
I guess I'll go first. I think Ward would be the best fit. The way he threw at Washington State with 0 run game and 0 protection, it just eye-tested me how he throws the football. So I would go Ward. I think their best chance to win.
I love Ward too, man. Like when I saw him that he was going to enter the portal, I was kind of geeked about it. I was like, because he was the first guy to do it, and so I'm like, oh shit, he's a free agent. Like Oregon needs to go get him. Like he's got big Vernon Adams energy for me. Like I really just love the way he slings it. You give him the running game. You give him the really talented wide receivers. I think he could be really good at Oregon. Also, Gabriel's like done it.
Actually, I think he's more fitting of like what Vernon. He could run more. I like Ward sitting in the pocket more. He's not that, run and get the yards. Gabriel is that when he's
won big games too, as Nutian says in the chat. Like, yeah. He's super legit. I don't think you can lose either way. I also don't want Ward. I find it really hard to feel comfortable about Ty Thompson. Like, he had a good season in his little, spot filling time, but like, you're going to give him the reins over those other 2 guys? No way.
See, I want Ward. If they get Gabriel,
yeah,
fine. I just feel like Gabriel doesn't have like any gravitational pull. Like he's just going to come in, going to throw for 3,600 yards, 37 touchdowns, 7 picks, and he's going to be. You can't argue the numbers.
He's not going to be bad. That's for sure.
No, he's not going to be bad at all. If they get Gabriel or Dylan Gabriel, I'm not going to be upset.
Yeah.
I just feel like, and I could be 1,000% wrong. I could be the biggest moron out online. I feel like Cam Ward just has something that is like almost there. Like it's just, you haven't quite tapped into like that extra juice. Mm-hmm. And maybe he'll always throw that one shitty pass a game that he did at Wazoo because the talent's not as equal. Maybe that's just who he is. And I'd be an idiot. Dylan Gabriel, I don't know. I also find it weird that he just went 10-2 and Oklahoma's like, yeah.
Peace out.
Peace out. Like, I know they have a 5-star quarterback who is redshirting this year. I totally get it. But they were just like, yeah, okay. That one, that just antennas go up a little bit there where
really
their first year in the SEC, they're comfortable with the first-year starter,
right?
And not someone who legitimately was starting in 2018 in college football.
Really
in big games.
Really high-class problem Oregon is about to have, right?
Oh, I mean, yes, like
yeah.
You go 40 miles up the road, and OSU's quarterback situation went from solid to just fart noise. So it could be way worse.
0. Yeah,
it could be a million times worse. You just given the option, I'm rolling the dice on Ward, other than taking the safety. Gabriel's the safer pick. No debate there. I don't know. I just feel like the Vernon Adams year. He just had a little bit of juice where you just kind of believed. Yeah, there was just something to him. And he's not the only.
Arrogance.
He's not the only.
flat out arrogance. Like Vernon Adams had flat out arrogance. But you know what? He'd throw 4 touchdowns, like one of them left-handed. He'd like spin around in circles in the pocket, throw side-armed, and then like Oregon would like put up 45 on a team, and then he'd be like talking shit, like doing the celebrations or whatever. Then he'd go over and walk over and like hug his kid. And you're just like, all right, give me Vernon Adams all day long. Favorite quarterback ever. Give me everything Vernon Adams is about. But you said it, though. Like, he felt like coming to Oregon that he had a little bit extra, that he really wanted to show the world. And that's the way it feels with Ward. And I would be excited to see what that looks like. Again, like Gabriel would be fantastic. Like, let's not make bones about it. Like, if Oregon got Gabriel, we're fucking stoked. But
not going to be upset at all.
No, I also want Ward for the same reasons you're saying.
Well,
and like I said, we could be totally wrong.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
we
know
we reserve the right to be wrong, as we often are.
See, yes. The thing is, we know Gabriel. He was on a good Oklahoma team. There was nothing to really bump up or improve from there. Taking Ward from that Washington State team into that the Oklahoma to Oregon is kind of a sideways. It's a big jump up to Ward to come here, and that's where you could want to think and hope that he'll have that extra juice in him to be special for him.
And he's 2-0 against the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Swept Wisconsin.
Love to see it. Love to see it. By the way, Booble's like, notice we didn't mention Kyle McCord. No, we didn't.
Oh, shit. No, we didn't.
No,
we didn't. Speaking of schools with high hopes, Ohio State 11-1, first time starting quarterback goes 11-1. They're like, yeah, you can just portal out. Like,
yeah.
Have fun.
Dude, I assume they got a 5-star kid behind him too, or are they looking for a portal guy?
No, they do, but it sounds like Cam Ward is their number one portal guy. Mm-hmm. But they also have a freshman or whatever that they'll be fine with if he starts. So
kind of like, but yeah, going forward, do you guys even think the Ducks should keep trying to recruit 5-star quarterbacks?
Going back to your question earlier, like, you absolutely keep buying players and bringing in like these big transfer portal guys and developing guys at the same time, like that. But
guys don't stick around now if they don't, get a play in 2 years.
That's why why you got to keep replacing them. It's just a different game now. Like you bring in as many 5-star kids as you can. You try to develop them. You let them play. If they don't feel like they're playing enough and they want to go somewhere else, replace them with another 5-star kid. Or get somebody in the portal like they've been doing. It's just like a different game with free agency. But yes, continue bringing in 5-star quarterbacks. Like, yes, like
I think it'll just be harder
because they're going to leave. You're going to replace them with somebody else. Like it's cyclical now. So
I almost think if you're a 5-star kid, you should go to a shittier team and play right away and just portal right away and get paid. You get a full year. It's almost like what they do in football over in England. You loan him out to a team for a year just so he gets experience. That's what college football is going to turn into for high school kids.
That's what D2 should be, right?
Well, that's what Quinn Ewers did in 2021. He graduated high school early because Texas high school was not giving out NIL deals. So he just went to Ohio State for a year, fully fucking knowing he was transferring to Texas. Yeah, exactly. And he got a truck. He got $100,000. He just redshirted. He's like, I'm third string. I'm good. Look at my mullet. See you in 4 months, Austin. And he was gone.
Yeah. If you're a freshman quarterback as a 5-star, go your first year to like a Big 12 team. They're going to teach you how to throw. They're going to give you money, and you might actually get some playing time, and then portal to the team you want after that. Just do it. It makes sense.
I mean, which Big 12 team are you saying is going to teach a quarterback how to throw? I'm very curious if you can.
They like to air it out in the Big 12.
Which one are you thinking? Because I can't think of one off the top of my head. Arizona State,
BYU, not Colorado.
Yeah. Well, I guess Arizona. Like Jesus.
And Arizona.
Christ. Arizona, by the way, can we
portal out? Can we portal him out?
Jeez. They're great. Mike Hatz, great season. By the way, we should like give our updated standings or whatever for lines here in a minute too.
No, there's no point in doing it.
I mean, I can do it if you want because Boo will put it on the Discord. But
There's no point in talking
Sports
about
Brewery in the Discord if you want to see the standings going into bowl month. Yeah, okay. Anything else on this? I guess we just wait and see.
That's it.
Yep, that's it.
Like I said, this is for us right now. This is, like King brought it up, this is more exciting and important than the bowl game against Liberty. Seeing who portals in and out. And like portaling out, Hudson, yes, makes sense. Get out. You didn't play this year. Trickwiz Bridges, little interesting that he left. He's been playing a lot, but doesn't hurt too bad.
Anybody else?
So you replacing them. Couple guys, but I don't even know.
I mean, there'll be more.
No
yeah,
big
like
names.
Josh Delgado finally transferred out.
Yeah.
Delgado.
Brian Addison finally transferred out.
What was that? Was it like a white receiver transferred out too?
Oh yeah, Ashton Cozart, I think.
Cozart or something like that. Yeah.
He was actually
See,
that's
highly rated, wasn't he?
That's the crazy thing about the portal is you're a wide receiver, and you just come into Oregon this year as a true freshman wide receiver, and you're like, and this is going to make me sound like the oldest person in the world, but on what planet did you expect to step into that room and play?
Right.
Like you had another recruit that was a 5-star, like a consensus 5-star. He didn't play for shit either.
He
because
redshirted all year and knew he was going to. Yeah.
because you had 4 or 5 guys that were just better. Just like Trayshawn Holden was like the odd man out. And when he caught the ball, like that last play against Washington, you can just see that he's good. He just wasn't good enough to, usurp Tez. No shit. It just
No, Chris Hudson caught 700 yards last year and didn't play this season. Like, what makes you think you're going to play?
I feel like there had to have been some sort of like agreement. We got hurt in September and they were like, by mid-October, they're like, let's just preserve your red shirt. Because
they threw it in so randomly.
He just disappeared.
They knew they had the, 4 games they could use him to redshirt still. It's like, we'll get you a couple reps here.
No, but literally, that was it. Like, didn't he get one play against Utah and got a catch or something, and that was it? Like, didn't play at all other than that?
At all.
He dressed like all season and never played. It'd be wild.
That does have to suck, too. Like, to be honest, he's a guy who was good, decent enough last year. The year before was famous for Rod Gilmore calling Mario Cristobal a racist because he got in his face after a personal foul. Like, he's had a interesting career. Like, this year could not have been fun for him. I don't wish that on him. I hope he finds a good spot somewhere.
Agreed. Yep. Yeah, he was a good sport. Like he didn't.
Unlike Micah Pittman. Oh boy.
That's
team.
That guy's 4th transfer. I hope it sucks. Sucks as much as your first 3.
Jerk.
Do
Do you guys want to talk for the next half hour about how good the 49ers are right now?
Really?
No? Okay. All right.
Do it in January, Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah,
seriously.
49ers are a good example of how college football is turning into the NFL too. Because they lost to PJ Walker this year.
Yeah.
And now they're the best team in the NFL. So, you can lose to PJ Walker in college football now and still get to the playoff. So it's possible.
Can we at least stop with the Brock Purdy for MVP?
Vegas says he's the MVP.
Christian McCaffrey,
He's the 4th best player on their team.
It doesn't matter. That's how the award goes.
No,
he's lower than that, by the way. He's like Fred Warner, Trent Williams, McCaffrey, Debo, Kittle. I mean,
Ayuk,
yeah. Keep going. Yeah.
Use check or whatever.
Hufanga, who's hurt. Hufanga was an all-pro.
Which I said before, doesn't make any sense. He was fucking garbage at USC. Just garbage. He was just garbage. Taylor Mays with shorter hair. It's terrible.
I was pleasantly surprised myself. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not liking the NFL season. I got to be honest. At this point, I'm so fucking sick of watching Kansas City receivers. The games where they are historically bad and drop the ball are just funny. It's the shit like on Sunday night against Green Bay, where if Patrick Mahomes has really thrived with guys who are elite at it, Kelsey, he just finds a spot. Tyreek Hill, for all the glory he gets running straight, he's a great zone buster. Last year, Juju Smith-Schuster, really fucking good at knowing, having spatial relation. And that little quick fake fade, the Sky Moore just needs to widen out, and because he's got all the sideline to his, and he just runs
and that's
just
Andy Reid's, and that's his offense in a nutshell, is creating the space and the different levels, and then having a guy that knows what he's doing.
And
just
they
know
don't
what you're
have
doing, and they don't.
It's so brutal. They might have a top 5 defense and the best quarterback, and what they are they are a bad watch. They suck to watch.
I do like watching Pacheco just run. It's entertaining to me. But I did see a great meme on that non-PI call on Valdez-Scantling. I saw someone said, that's not a flag because it's an uncatchable pass because it was thrown to Valdez-Scantling. So
fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, see, I wanted to get upset about that because it was totally PI. And they're going to get the ball at like the 4-yard line with 3 cracks in the end zone. I'm certain they scored because they have Pat Mahomes. They're not getting the 2-point conversion because 2 wide receivers are going to run into themselves. So I wasn't even that mad. I was just more like, God, only like 6 more games counting the playoffs. And I got to, hopefully they can fucking get someone to catch the ball because, God, it's tough to watch.
It is bad right now.
It's bad.
Who is a fun team to watch in the NFL right now?
Colts?
The Dolphins.
The Colts. Shut the fuck up.
Colts make entertaining games.
Yeah, Dolphins, I guess. Dolphins have a fun. Yeah, Dolphins are fun. I like watching the 49ers when they're playing like that. Like honestly, like outsiders. When the 49ers like put up 42 on a team, like in Debo's making Debo plays. Like by the way, Debo's good for one game like that every year. Like where he'll make a catch, break off 3 guys, score a touchdown, and get a rushing touchdown. He's good for one of those a year. And I was like, oh, as the game's going on, I'm like, oh, this is the Debo game. So they're definitely beating Philly today. But like when their offense is humming like that and McCaffrey's getting over 100 yards, like I think they're fun to watch. I have no idea. I'm also a fan, so I have no idea. Like
I said, we've equated them to how when the Oregon offense is cooking, except for the difference is you see everyone talking about the Heisman. Oh, Bo Nix doesn't throw the ball downfield. Guess what? Brock Purdy doesn't really throw the ball downfield because he doesn't need to. He throws like 15-yard drags to Ayuk, who just gets open every time, and then you hand the ball off or quick bubble screen to Debo.
My guy, like
they're boring, but they're efficiently boring.
Christian McCaffrey is so fucking nasty. Like he is like one of the hardest runners I've ever watched. Like I had no idea. Like when the Niners,
did you see Pacheco run?
When the Niners made the trade for him, I thought he was soft because I'm like he's always injured. He like I
never thought he was soft. Never thought he was soft. He bounces off dudes. He just got hurt.
I thought he was soft. That dude takes a beating, man, every game. Like I made the comment like to my buddies like once. I'm pretty sure Shanahan had to have a conversation with their offensive line and the receivers, and because you see it every play, and it's not like this is like a new thing or whatever. This is something everybody does, but they're really quick to like help him up. Like every time he goes down for any reason, they're really quick. It's like 2 or 3 guys always there to pick him up right away because he must have had the conversation. It's like, look, we're going to give the dude the ball 25 times a game. He is going to get his ass handed to him, but he's going to run for over 100 yards. He's going to get like 1 or 2 touchdowns every game, and we're going to need to make sure this dude fucking makes it through the season because I am going to call plays that are going to have him have his ass handed to him every single game. So help the dude up, keep him alive so we can keep winning games.
You know you could also do is have a backup running back that gets the ball a little bit.
They do.
Instead of like
He's
Elijah
like
Mitchell get like 2 carries.
Yeah, but fuck that. This is the NFL. They're paying Christian McCaffrey a whole bunch of money. Give him the ball 25 times a game.
Yeah, till he gets hurt right before the playoffs.
Good things happen until he gets hurt right before the playoffs. Yeah.
Well, while we're on the NFL, King, did you happen to catch your Chargers this week? in that riveting game against the Pats?
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
6-0. Boy.
Yeah. Just
scintillating.
Top 5 quarterback again, right?
Top 5. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I'm hearing. You put up 6, you get in the top 5. That's just what people are saying. I can't blame him for that game. That weather was shit.
No. But can we also just say, I mean, I've been beating this drum for weeks and weeks and weeks. Austin Eckler is bad. He looks like how Bucky looked in that game. Just doesn't hit the right holes. He's not fast.
I think the last 3 seasons of just
that's what they're doing.
Padding, being fantasy monster. Because he's just bad this year. Like he's always been a fumbler, which was annoying. But now it's 6 carries, 28 yards every week.
They're not even catching a lot of passes now.
No, they don't even look. Which was what we were blaming a lot of Herbert stuff on. It's like, well, it's always an easy option just to throw it to Eckler. And now it's not, because Eckler is not good.
All right, we got a couple things to do before we bounce out of here. Do you want to give a lines update?
Sure, do the lines update.
Yeah, like
we don't have any
games to pick. We can give
no games to pick. King, you won the week.
I think it's close.
King won the week. Yeah, King got 5 points. Braga got 4. I got 2 points last week. King, you're 6 points back going into the bowls.
Yeah.
I am 11 points back going into the bowls.
This is very possible for you, King. Not so much Ski. Not so much.
That'd be perfect to even have a chance, and that's it's bowl season. That's hard to pick.
It's possible,
who shows
man.
up or not.
It's possible. All right, thank you for that update.
Yeah,
by the way, you'll see I'm missing this, right? You'll see the beard is gone. Did you happen to see my online thing about why that happened and how that happened?
I did. Yeah. It happens to the best of us.
I did not see what happened.
I'll explain it to you and the podcast listeners and watchers. I got a new trimmer, like the first trimmer I've ever owned. I bought it. There's a lot of settings on it. Like it's one of those ones with the middle thing that you turn and then it sort of adjusts on its own. And so it starts at 0.5. And I took it all the way up to 2.
Short.
I took it all the way up to 2. And it fucking cut it this short. Like the beard is gone. Like you can't see facial hair on me. What the fuck is 0.5? Like if this is 2, what's 0.5? Somebody tell me, big beard industry. Like
tell me, Norelco.
Yeah.
Speak to me, Gillette.
Make it make sense, Phillips. Make it make sense. Phillips Norelco. God damn it. I'm so bummed. Like I had a really good thing going and all I wanted to do is trim it a little bit and now it's like all the way gone. This is like weeks of work.
It's got fucked up by Bick, man. What are you going to do?
Yeah, Big Bick. Fuck me
Big
up.
Bick. Standing on Bickness.
God damn it.
That what happens to everyone. Like that's why like a month ago I had the trashy Aaron Rodgers mustache because I fucked up and I was like, well, I'll just go with the shitty mustache for a couple of weeks. And
that's what I had. I went like this. I was like, zzz. I was like, what the fuck? And I had this huge line. And I'm like, well, now I have to do the rest of it. I could have gone goatee, but I'm never going to go goatee. It's not a good thing. It's not a thing for me. It's not going to happen.
I don't think I've ever gone goatee.
I appreciate your goatees when you do them, Ski. I'm just saying it wouldn't work for me. You got a little.
I never do the full. I never do the full with the mustache into it.
You got a little going right now. You just shorter on the sides is all. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I usually roll.
Not the Master Fry look, kind of.
Yeah.
Or Frylock, I mean. Frylock. Master Shake, Frylock.
Master Shake, Frylock. Yeah, we know what you meant. Yep. Okay, let's do our list. That's all we got. We got no trivia this week, obviously, so.
I got 10 seconds on Oregon basketball. Yeah, good win against Michigan.
Yep.
God, my hopes are King. You went to the game.
I did.
My hopes are up because I could see the vision of them with their bigs and Mookie Cook. But the problem is that when are they going to get there? Because if they get there a little too late, they're going to need 2 to 3 weeks to get back into game shape and playing time shape. And they got to get there early enough to make a run because I do think they could. Honestly, if they're,
Nice win. That was a nice
I
win
mean,
against Michigan.
Shellstad,
Mm-hmm.
that was a good thing to see out of a guy in his second game ever, bearing that 3 as a freshman. So
That was
that's
way more than 10 seconds.
I know,
Fucking liar.
but that's all we get right now until Dante and Biddle come back.
Yeah. All right, so list to close out the podcast. It comes from WCP541 in the Discord. Also, he's in the chat right now. It is top 3 bows. So we actually had a couple good suggestions, and we literally flipped a coin, and it's top 3 bows. So that's what we're gonna do.
Well, he is our
in honor
our Pac-12 player, the offensive player of the year, correct?
Yep, in honor of Bo Nix becoming a Heisman finalist and the Pac-12 offensive player of the year. Exactly that.
Yep.
So you start, Ski, because I said so.
All right. My number 3 favorite bow is Bo Keem Woodbine.
Who's Bo Keem Woodbine?
He's an actor.
I don't know.
In like many things.
I don't know who that is. All right. What's
recognize.
What's something he's been in?
Oh, what would you know him in? What was the movie with Wahlberg where they're like professional killers? I'll have to remember it. I'll give you. He was in a season of Fargo.
Okay.
One of them. I
All
think this last one.
All right. Do you want to go first, King, or me?
Yep. My number 3, Bo, is the runner-up to Carrie Underwood, American Idol, Bo Bice.
You know, I saw that guy in my research of bows, and I had no idea who he was.
You're uncultured. So you're swine.
I guess I am. My number 3, Bo Jackson. He did all of the things. But, more importantly, he had a really cool Nike poster with the bat and the shoulder pads and shit. That was cool. Bo Jackson, number 3.
All right.
Number 3's in the chat. WCP says Bo Nix. Nuttian says
that.
Bojangles? Is that like the restaurant?
I hope it's the restaurant.
Quality. Yeah, it better be the restaurant. Booble says Beauregard Lionette, Critical Role. I think that's is that like the Dungeons and Dragons YouTube thing? Beauregard Lionette. I'm gonna have to. Yeah. Okay. Bo Keem was also in the movie Life. Is that
Life?
Is that Eddie
Life.
Murphy?
Eddie Murphy and Martin
Lawrence.
Yeah,
that's right.
He was also in Almost Heroes, which is one of Farley's best movies.
Oh man, you have gone back on that a little bit.
Yeah, I know it's been a while.
You were a very staunch, Almost Famous supporter, saying that is his best movie.
Almost Heroes.
That's right.
R.I.P. Matthew Perry.
Yeah. All right, what's your 2?
All right, my number 2 is Bo Derek. Good-looking lady.
Number 10 for me. I mean, she can't be in the top 3, unfortunately.
My number 2, Bo, Los Angeles Clippers and Orlando Magic legend, Bo Outlaw.
That's good. My number 2, Bo Bridges.
Does that count with the BO?
Yeah, the BO. Yeah.
BO.
The French Canadian Bo. I don't know.
BO Bridges.
Yeah. Do we need a ruling on that? WCP's number 2 is Bo Jackson. Nuttian's number 2 is Bo Tox. Boobles is Bo.
Oh, it's not like that.
Boobles is Bo Dallas. You got a Bo leave, he says. All right. What's your one?
All right. My number 1 Bo is Bo Duke. Gotta catch them Duke boys.
Hate, or it's heritage, not hate. That's all.
It's heritage.
It's heritage. Hate.
I was waiting for what you were gonna say, man.
My number 1 Bo was Botox, but it is now. I'm so angry. I got lines in my head. It's Bo Pelini.
No, not Bo Pelini.
The best. Easily the best Bo. My number 1 is Bo Peep from Toy Story. Yeah. Not Little Bo Peep, but Bo Peep from Toy Story. Very helpful in Toy Story 4, I think it was. Yeah.
That's a movie.
She was like one of the main characters in Toy Story 4, I'm pretty sure. And she was very helpful for Woody in saving everybody. Because, man, if there's one thing I know about those toys, it is that they love getting in trouble. Woody's always
Real
having to save the day.
rascals.
Yep. All right, number one's from the chat. My cousin Bo, listener of the podcast, member of the Fantasy League from WCP. What up, Bo?
Cougs.
Nuttian, number one is Bo Burnham. King, go ahead.
Oh,
I thought
good.
you hate him, right? I thought you hate him.
I do.
Yeah, you're not a fan.
That's what I was going for.
There it is.
Booble's number one is Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson.
Boris Johnson.
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
Not allowing it.
Yeah.
Not allowing it.
As a matter of fact, you just ended the podcast with that bullshit, Booble. Like, nice job. Now we're done. Now the podcast is over, all because of that. Nice. Hope you're happy. You're Boris Johnson. Oh, by the way, honorable mention BoJack Horseman from Nuttian. So there you go.
Fair enough.
I guess that counts. So, movie podcast on Sunday, Violent Night. It's on Prime. Watch it. Listen to us talk about it.
Also, now that we go into the deep, dark off season with nothing to talk about, because Lord save me if I talk Blazers, give us some topic ideas. What's going on in Corvallis? What's going on in LeGrand? What do we need to know about Gold Beach? Tell us now. Have you been to Klamath Lake lately? How's the swimming? Let us know. We're a local show.
Also, we love your gardening tips. Like, we will talk about gardening for like 45 minutes. If you'll let us, if you want to participate, jump in the chat, talk some sprouts. I mean, we're here for it, guys.
Talking sprouts.
Also, WCP join Bowl Mania. So we have a bowl pick'em thing. So if you get in our Discord, there's a link in there for it. Our fantastic listeners have organized that for us. I actually haven't gotten in there yet, so I got.
No, your number one bowl can't be Bowl Mania.
Yeah, no, it cannot. King, does Nuttian does he need to aerate his lawn?
Not quite yet. Give it about 6 weeks.
6 weeks. All right.
But get a good mowing.
Yeah, now's the time. Yeah, do it while it's not raining. It was like 65 degrees, global warming in Eugene today. Get out there, mow that lawn, get it out of the way now. Also, get those leaves out to the street. They're about to get picked up. Don't forget.
Yeah, leaf pickup day.
Yeah, don't be that guy with a huge pile of leaves on your property after they do leaf pickup. Don't be that guy. I've been that guy before. It's not fun. Ruins your lawn.
Are you a guy that collects your leaves and puts them at the base of your trees and, little saplings to get a little, like, I guess, mulch and warmth? That's the purpose.
So this year, I have like a mulcher and a blower and a sucker. I got 3-in-1 thing, right? So this year in the backyard, the dogs fucking we got a pandemic puppy and she's a fucking scourge on my life. Destroyed the lawn this spring. Just the back lawn destroyed it by running in circles and doing a path to chase a squirrel that she never saw more than like once. But whatever. So in the backyard, I just pushed it all against the fence and mulched it up mostly. In the front yard, I sucked it up and put it in the whatever the bin is called.
Little yard debris bin.
The yard debris bin, yeah.
Wait, sucked it up? So you got one of those like reverse ones?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, he's
awesome.
fancy up in here.
That's awesome. Whoa, must be nice.
It's like $70.
Oh, fucking Rockefeller. Rockefeller.
Yeah. Boy.
His gilded tower blowing leaves everywhere.
I think I got it from Kinja Deals during the pandemic. It was not expensive.
Hey, Nuttian, you got any deals on those bad boys? I bet you don't.
I bet they do.
I bet they do. Yeah.
Unless they have a blue one for $29.99.
All right. Again, somehow a podcast with no trivia, no lines, has gone longer than the ones that did have those things. Somehow we always fucking do this. I don't know how.
We're not doing it going forward. We're gonna go PTI style.
No, that's why I was
next topic.
We got to save this like gardening yard debris talk like for next week, frankly. All All right. So again, we will be back on Thursday of next week instead of Tuesday. So we got an extra few days. And movie podcast on Sunday is Violent Night, and it's on Prime. Watch it. Listen to us talk about it. Bye.
Good night, Cottage Grove. Good night, LeGrand. Good night, Oregon.
Good night, Moon.